Good morning and welcome back to Question and Research channel. Make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. Also follow me on Instagram, Question and Research. So today's topic, first, let's just say happy Friday. A lot of us made it through the week and some didn't, but happy Friday. But today our topic will be it's gonna be a little short story time, and it's gonna be about an experience that I had with a patron who didn't know anything about computers. He came in, he didn't know nothing, and some of the stories are gonna be very similar to each other, as far as not knowing anything about computers. So this man, he came in, one, he was in a panic mode. Two, he told me he didn't know anything about computers. I told him I'd sit down with him and walk through everything. So he told me what he needed help with. He needed to fill out his unemployment. So everything is digitized. The library system is the first like big institution that digitized all of their records. So now you can go on the internet to look up books and passes or anything they have available for the public consumption. But back to this man, this is what I really like about this story, this experience that I had with this person. He was saying, I don't know nothing. He kept saying, I don't know nothing. He just kept emphasizing it. Sometimes you have to be desperate, but very persistent. He was very persistent and determined. So, what I'm going to say about this, I did not know he had a literacy problem. So, what I did, we got an hour session. I also had the power to add more time just in case it ran over. So, I went through each question when we logged into the Illinois Department of Employment Security, and I read through each question, each response, clicked it for him. He didn't know how to use the mouse, keyboard. He wasn't handicapped, but you know that mind over matter wasn't working for him. But he was paying attention. See, a lot of them didn't pay attention, but that's okay. Because at least they came to the library and got some help. And they just not let the thing fester. So he was illiterate. We went through the whole thing. It took about an hour, and that was fine. I made sure he had his login and his password written down on a sheet of paper. He kept up with it. A lot of people don't keep up with it. He kept up with it. So he came back probably like a week later. He told me that he was very appreciative of all my help, being the cyber navigator and helping him and everything. Now, before I get back to when he came back, I'm gonna dial it back a bit. Before he left, he did say something. Do you have a program for people who need help with reading? I said yes. Hold on one second. I went to the branch manager, got the information, gave it to him. He took it. He signed up for it. One time I was coming to work, he was in there with the lady that was teaching people how to read. They have that program at the libraries. So she was up in there teaching him how to read. Now, when he came back, he was he was coming back frequently. So when he came back and asked me for help, he's like, I might need your help. I was like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna log in. He didn't even know how to log into the computer using his library card. He watched everything that I did. Most people, I don't want to touch it. They just so scared. So he logged in. He logged in, went to the Illinois Department of Security, the unemployment, because he wanted to he wanted to put in his banking information when he received his first, check from unemployment. He went in, for someone that has literacy problems, number one, he had the will. He went in, went to the website, logged in, still had the piece of paper that I gave him. He logged in, went and filled out everything, and then he was like, when I need you, I'm going to call you. He called me over there and he asked me, did I have everything right? I was like, yeah. That was the first and probably the only time somebody did that. And even though that was one person, that's the kind of impact that we wanted to make. That's the whole thing about bridging that digital divide. It's just like when they will hire the mayor's office, the mayor, he had power in hiring who was going to be the commissioner for the library system in Chicago. At that time, it was Mayor Rahm Emanuel. Now, I know he's controversial in other ways, but he hired a young man named not Byron. By I can't say his name. His name is Mr. Banyan. He was he came from San Francisco, California. He was known to do he was good at like IT. And at the time before he came, we had no Microsoft products on our computers. So when people needed to type papers, if you had a Gmail, if you didn't have a Gmail account, we would sign you up on one and we'll put you on the Google Docs. And that's how you will save all your work. Our USB ports didn't work, nothing. It was there on the computer hard drive, but they didn't work because you couldn't really save anything. So when people did their resumes, they typed papers, we put you on Google, make sure you had a Gmail account so you can save your resume, save your school projects, everything. So he came in, somehow they connected. When you networking, you know people that know people who travel, they get to know people. He got him in there and somehow by his name not Byron, Brian. I was trying to say Brian Banyan, that's his name. Young guy, he's probably in his 40s. But anyway, somehow they worked out a deal, a licensing deal with Microsoft, because they only had in the three main branches, which is Woodson on 95th and Halsted, and downtown on 400 South State, and Saucer all the way on the north side. Harold Washington is the main branch. But back to it. Somehow they connected. He got hired for the job to be the commissioner of the library system and all the libraries. And somehow they got Microsoft Word on there where they had the Word, they had the Excel, and they had the PowerPoint, the three main uses that people use. So he got that on there. So it made things a lot easier for us too. So that was a huge help. Then people were able to save their resumes on their flash drives or save it while they're in session and send it to their email so they can have a copy. So what I'm saying is they just kept striving to be better and better and better and better, giving service. The whole thing with bridging this digital divide is giving a service, being mindful, being active, helping those that need help, even if they remember it today and forget it tomorrow, or even if they keep up with it today and keep it forever so they know when to log back into their information. So a lot of people in the neighborhood, they were battling a whole lot of things. So knowing a username or a password, that's like small. Like, well, I got this to worry about. I'm looking over my shoulder for this. But see, us helping them is going to help them get to the next level. Us helping them is going to get them to understand how important technology is. Just like at the Harold Washington branch downtown, the main branch, they have a section called U Media. That's for the kids. Adults can't be in there, but that is for the kids. That's how people learn how to do a lot of technology things with computers, how to use application, how to use software, everything. So that's the story about working with someone that actually sat down and used our resources to its full capacity. Thank you for listening to my story. There will be more. I will do an impromptu video on Sunday about International Women's Day, but I will be back Monday through Friday to give you more of what I know and my experience and what I do. Thank you. Click subscribe. Also, like, comment, share, and you have a blessed day. Thank you.